So go back to why you guys actually wanted to do this in the first place.
So I was diagnosed with stage 2 cancer in March, actually, and had gotten through 6 weeks of treatment. So far, so good. I'm almost a year out now.
Yeah. Intense treatment,
yeah.
Very hard.
It's a pretty sobering.
It was.
Yeah.
And, my mother also passed away in summer. And it was just one of those things where, we just,
it was a hard year.
Yeah, it was a hard year, and life's not getting any shorter. And, honestly, Kelly has been just dying to have something out here that wasn't bombed out.
Right.
Yeah. Because we got gardens everywhere in the house, but this place was always.
Yeah, kind of like the hub of traffic.
Traffic is where the dogs go to pee. Yeah. So it was all.
I would avoid coming outside.
Yeah. You would come out and it would depress you, and you would go back.
I would get low mood. I had low mood afterwards.
And so I love to save, but at some point, you gotta. There's a reason you're saving, other than just saving. So we decided we would invest in this, and like I said, it was rocky for months because it was a lot.
And then disheartening for sure.
For sure.
Like finally we were like, let's invest the money in this, and let's live to the fullest, having just been through everything with John and his mother, and so to do that, and then to just hit one conversation after another with companies that it just felt stressful, and it nobody really wanted to do the work, and we weren't aligning in any way with anybody else.
Yep.
Right. And then just to have the polar opposite experience, it really.
From day one, it was the opposite. It was everything, and it just made all of it so easy.
And
it means a lot to us.
There were all these added things too. You had power washers come multiple times.
Yeah.
You had.
Well, it was so muddy.
It was, but still, But
we thought it was our mud, not your mud to take care of. But you took care of us in our place, and it was just.
There were all these extras that it was. It's a classic thing where you'll hire a company and they will get to almost the finish line, and then it kind of they'll just jet or whatever, or they'll leave the main work there, but all the other outside things are a mess. It was nothing.
Or my favorite, she'll go in after the project, and she is really good at finding the 100 things they didn't do right. And I'm always like, oh no, it's fine. Go ahead, get out of here.
Oh, totally. I'm like,
I'll repaint that wall. That's fine. But she's like, well, we paid for it, and we had exactly no moments like that.
I think
that means a lot.
What he's saying is I'm a pain in the ass. And I totally haven't had to be with you guys because you just thought of every little detail.
So it's a good thing I did it all while you guys were out of town, right?
That's right. Yeah, there was no. Yeah.
So the pool is in the ground. You can see that behind me. As you saw, we narrowly missed that power line. We got it down into this hole that we dug. So right now we are just about 10 working days before Christmas. So it's the 11th. The last working day we have is on the 23rd. So we've got 10 working days to turn this around. So my client doesn't know that. They're inside right now. I'm trying to turn this entire thing around by Christmas Day. There's a lot of stuff that we have to do. So I've got everybody working on top of each other right now. This is not normal. Usually it's okay, plumber, electrician, you do your thing, and then we'll start on getting the pavers in. But in this case, I've got the hardscape team in here already. The plumber is here, the electrician is here. I have the fence guys coming tomorrow to start on the fence here. And then as that wraps up, I'm gonna have the landscape team in here to put the water feature in, grade, clean up, and landscape all around it. And the final piece, and this will be the test if I get this in before Christmas, is gonna be the pressure washing. So I'm gonna pressure wash and clean everything and get it all washed down and we're done. So, as you can hear behind me, it's very busy here right now. Let's check it out, how this whole project goes along. And I cannot wait to show you the final.
Well, you know what you did. You sent us
He's
a
So I want to
misdirecting
talk
text.
about that a little bit. So you guys decided to go on a trip, right?
Yeah.
What did the yard look like when you left?
it was a big mud pit, and there was a hole with a pool that was covered in blue plastic,
Yep.
and there was equipment everywhere,
Yep.
and
Mud everywhere, mud across
There was a nice
all
slick of
this,
mud,
yeah,
right?
everywhere.
Yeah. And the front was a mess. I mean, that's one of the things. I'm jumping ahead maybe, but when
You're
we
fine.
got home, the first thing when we pulled into the front of the yard, and you guys it was just like spotless. And not only that, but you would put grass seed down with, like
netting
you
on
put
it.
mulch in our front flower beds. And like that alone was this.
They were edged, like
Right,
none of
it
which was,
was
as far as we
beautiful.
were concerned, in scope on the project.
Right.
And I was then because you had sent us that text saying, sorry about the mess, we'll
Right.
get to it.
We'll
and
get to it in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we'd always thought it was
because
in
our shutdown over Christmas
we're
break.
not going to be around.
Right,
And we
right.
had said early, mid-January, end of January was probably the time frame. But then that was the first hint.
Ah, dang it! I
Right.
should've
No,
gone off
it
the front
didn't.
yard.
No, it was one of those like, let's go take a look. We were going to look anyway and just see how bad
Yeah.
the mess was. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
we walked out, that little
Lights were on.
lights are on, trees are
And it was
glowing,
1 a.m. and I'm pretty
everything
sure
was
we
done.
woke the entire neighborhood up because all the boys were just like, "What? Like, this is our backyard?"
Pool is steaming hot. It's like 12 degrees and the pool is 100 degrees.
I
And
know.
it was amazing.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
And
Yeah,
that was the best setup ever, by the way. That we like.
I know that could not have gone better for us, right?
What a Christmas present, and what an amazing end to a year that was like really,
Yeah.
really tough.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have a saying, and we don't put this out everywhere, but inside on our board, it's written that we change our clients' lives by changing the way they live outside. And so to hear you guys say like, hey, it actually worked, and everything
Oh,
that
yeah.
we put our heart, and soul into is actually making a difference for you guys is really meaningful to us.
Literally every day,
Really.
right? Like every day.
And
Yeah.
the experience was amazing. I mean, how many people you watch shows all the time where it's grueling and stressful, and they'll interview people like when the house is built
Right.
or whatever, and you could see they're just like torn down.
Right.
They're like, well, we love it, but
Right.
like
The
not sure I'd
HGTV
go into
experience
it.
is
Yeah,
not
right.
not as cool as it seems.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each of you, is there one particular thing that you like most about the space?
The one thing is that it is all so us, and it's cohesive, and it's interesting, and it just feels like us.
Yeah.
I think that's probably,
Yeah.
the pool is amazing, and the water feature,
Right.
and all the things are incredible, but I really feel like this space represents who we are as a couple and who we are as a family.
Yep.
And it's hard to capture personality,
Right.
right? In that.
Yeah.
So I think
It's
that's
an expression.
pretty
Yep.
special.
Yeah.
And I agree with that, but I'm going to give a more specific answer, which I liked your answer. I think of the things that we didn't have on our list,
Right.
the little chevron
Yeah.
sitting area with the wall around it is
Mhm.
just,
Yeah.
I haven't even used it very much, but it does something to balance everything else. And that was totally your vision for that area. And, you know, like with everything else, we just trusted you on it. And it's a really cool little space over there.
Yeah, I mean, for me to trust someone with
I know
like,
any of it like this,
is, I'm usually like, I know what I want, and this is, and I immediately like we're just like,
yep,
yeah,
we're gonna just go with it, and it's beyond what we could have ever hoped for.
Thank you guys so much for following along this journey of creating this backyard for these clients. As you can tell, these clients were really special to us, and we really enjoyed creating this space for them. Give us a like or a subscribe. Let us know what you think in the comments. Also, check out more content just like this right here in this corner. Really appreciate you guys. I'll see you on the next one.